nothing about our democracies is granted. We have to fight to keep them. And in this regard, there is great responsibility on each of our individual citizens to be more discerning in what they read in social media, to not forward things that you don't know are true, to not share and like things that are divisive. I think it's worthwhile for us to remind ourselves that these democracies were built step by step with very hard work, which means we have to defend them with hard work. And I like our chances on that, right? Because at the same time that we've built these vibrant democracies, we've also seen economic opportunity expand. Those things go hand in hand. And so I come back to my central point again, which is we cannot lose confidence in the systems that we've built, because they're built on hard-earned, hard-learned lessons about our societies and our cultures, and that means fighting for what we believe in, and being more discerning about what we move around and what we read. Generally speaking, the regulators in Europe are more insistent on privacy than perhaps regulators in America have been, but these debates are converging. And that's to be expected, I think, as this industry develops and matures, and as people get more cognizant about what it means to be operating in the internet and in cyberspace. My own belief is there probably does need to be more regulation. I heard Mark Zuckerberg testify before our Congress last month, saying that he believes there probably should be more regulation. So I think the debate is moving that direction. And the important thing is to recognize that these are democratic institutions that are making those decisions, responding to the will of the consumers and will of the voters. And that's the way the system's supposed to work. So should there be more regulation and more consideration of these questions? I think absolutely. I think particularly in the United States, our free media continues to play a pivotal role. There is no democracy without a free media, and that continues to be the case. I do worry that increasingly we're choosing our own facts and choosing them ideologically. Social media allows you to do that. So in fact, rather than debating ideas, we seem now to be debating facts, where everybody has their own sets of facts. But that too is something that we can address. And so I have confidence in that. And I also have confidence that in a world where information moves fast, where consumers and leaders need to be agile, I think an agile society like the United States or like the democracies of Europe are bound to succeed much better than hulking, government-centered systems like in China or Russia. Russia has chosen the places where it wants to manifest its power. I think those are two. Crimea, where it illegally annexed a sovereign state's territory, and Syria, where it is cynically protecting a government that has mercilessly killed thousands of its people. Neither of those are demonstrations of strength. Both, in my view, are demonstrations of weakness and of fear. And when you add up the position that Russia finds itself in. Minor, very minor economic growth. Population stagnation, if not decline. Economic weakness. Isolation from the international community. What you see is a country that poses a greater risk to the international system because of its weakness, not because of its strength. That's big point number one. Big point number two is I don't believe that Russia has not paid a price for these destabilizing activities. I think that its isolation is deepened. Even its historic friends in Europe, France, even in some cases Germany, have found it very difficult to work with the Russians, and in fact have implemented, along with us, very hard-hitting sanctions that has contributed to its weak economy. We've been very clear with the Russians in the summer of 2016 during the elections, in the immediate aftermath, and now, thankfully, after some period, from the current president and his administration, that we will ensure that Russia pays a price for its actions in our elections. So Russia has a choice to make: to be isolated and weak, or to try to rejoin the international system. So far, it's choosing the former, and that's a mistake for them. It's manageable for us. My greatest hope is that we don't lose confidence in our system. You know, if we get in a position where the West loses confidence in the ideals that it manifests for the world, one person, one vote, equal opportunity, education and training and healthcare for everybody, irrespective of race or creed. If we start losing confidence in those fundamental pillars, that's a bigger problem.